Love is love.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Cecily, as always. So, firstly, I just want to say how pleased I am that everyone had such a warm and welcoming response to my hospital update videos. I really appreciate that. It's been like kind of a weird few weeks for me. So the sepsis is getting better. I am improving every single day. I'm actually on fluids right now. It's really important for me to stay hydrated. And, you know, I just think it's been kind of a slower road than I was expecting. But the doctor said that it could take up to like a month or two to really get over the symptoms of sepsis. With all of that being said, I just also want to let you guys know that I'm thinking of all of you during this coronavirus epidemic. As a public health major, I've been able to look at this through kind of an educated lens and see that this is serious. It's a very serious outbreak, and I hope that everyone is staying safe and keeping their hands washed and not touching their face as much as possible, because these are the most important things to keep in mind about any kind of virus, especially one that spreads so easily through mucosal membranes. So please, just everyone, stay safe. So I wanted to make today's video kind of a fun one. Today I came up with top 10 foods that I miss the most. I just want to preface this by saying not every ostomate's diet is going to be as restrictive as mine is. My diet is restrictive for a number of reasons, but one of them is that I have a number of what's called delayed food allergies. So these are allergies to foods that will not cause an anaphylactic reaction if I eat them or touch them, but it will cause a really severe GI reaction later down the road. So it is problematic for me to eat these foods, and I've had to give them up since I was about 12. So it's been a lot of years since I've eaten any of these things. Now, the ostomy added some more dietary restrictions than I was used to from the delayed food allergies and gastroparesis, which are two of the other diagnoses that I've had, in addition to the loss of my colon and whatnot. So the ostomy has indeed added some pretty severe restrictions to what I can eat, especially in terms of sugar content. A lot of ostomates are told to avoid eating a lot of sugar, and that's because the sugar can cause dumping. I want to go through my top 10 list of foods. I will say it was really hard for me to narrow these down. I've been just so hungry lately, especially with all the nausea, so there are a lot of things I've been craving, and I remember last night I was especially hungry and I was like, I should make a video. I know people also miss food. So yes, I miss food a lot, and I want to talk about it today with all of you guys, and please let me know if there are foods that you also miss, or if there are foods that you miss that aren't on my list. I want to know. The first food that I miss so much is actually celery. Please don't. No, I'm sorry. I know people hate celery. Listen, hear me out. It adds texture to things. It's like a beautiful texture element. I hate having to not use celery whenever I'm making something. I used to make a lot of recipes with celery in them, and now I've had to like really change them up because celery has such a high fiber content that it's really dangerous for me to eat it with my slow bowel, my gastroparesis. My doctors have said anything with like a really high amount of fiber you cannot have. So that's like grains, that's legumes, and of course celery, which is one of the most fibrous things I can think of off the top of my head. So yeah, if you're a fellow ostomate, I'm assuming that you also have some bowel problems that have led you to exclude fiber from your diet, and maybe you can relate to me that celery is something that you actually miss, because I know a lot of people hate celery. The next thing that I miss is also like a fibery one that I can't eat simply because it has just too much dietary fiber in it. Are pickles. I miss pickles so much, guys. Oh my god. I used to eat pickles all the time as a kid, like constantly. I would eat them every day, usually as part of my lunch or dinner, and I would even ask my parents, like, can I have your pickle? When they were having anything with like a hamburger, a hot dog, whatever, I would always ask, can I please have the pickles? So I now drink pickle juice. Again, don't kill me. I know people are probably like, what the hell? I know people are probably triggered by that, but I love pickle juice, and I think there's a reason for it metabolically. Pickle juice has a lot of electrolytes in it, such as sodium, and it's like something I crave. I like crave pickle juice some days, and I just can't go without it. So what I'll normally do is like, I'll get a jar of pickles, I'll drink the pickle juice, and then I'll give the pickles to someone who will actually eat them. I try not to waste them, but yeah, it's really tempting to just like go in there, grab a pickle, and then like kind of bite it because I just love them so much. So yeah, that's one of the main things I miss is like pickles. But I still drink the juice, so at least there's that. The next one is probably gonna be one that people can resonate with me on. Hear me out, it's not a vegetable. It's cinnamon buns. Guys, I love cinnamon buns. Like, I love cinnamon buns. They were something I used to eat as a kid and just instantly felt happy. Like, they just instantly made my day better. I really, really, really miss them. Now, if you're wondering, like, well, why can't you eat cinnamon buns? It should be kind of obvious. The first thing is that it has a high level of sugar. I can't have a lot of sugar in my diet. I've discussed this. It changes the osmotic pressure in the bowel and makes it so much more likely that I will dump or that I'll lose a ton of water that day. So cinnamon buns are a huge sugar rush, and it would be irresponsible of me to eat anything with that much sugar in it. Another reason I can't have cinnamon buns is because I've been told to avoid things with like really any fiber. So that includes wheat, that includes grains, and obviously cinnamon buns are made from wheat usually, or some sort of grain, at least good ones. So yeah, I just avoid them as much as I can. I do love cinnamon though, and I still put cinnamon in a lot of stuff, but yeah, I've never been able to recreate like a Osmate or gastroparesis friendly cinnamon bun before. Hey, if you guys have a recipe, hit me up, let me know, because I absolutely adore them. But yeah, no, it's not something that I've been able to eat recently, and I really miss. Number 7 on the list is hot dogs. Guys, I love hot dogs. I love them. I think they're delicious. They used to add so much joy to my days. I used to put so much ketchup on my hot dogs that you couldn't even see the meat anymore. It was kind of gross. And I hated mustard, so anytime anyone would offer me mustard on my hot dog, I'd be like, who the hell are you? Get out of my life. I hated mustard. So I love hot dogs. I love the texture of them. I know that they're like not the healthiest thing, and obviously I can't eat them now because the bun needs to be included with the hot dog for me, and I can't have buns, and also hot dogs are just tough on my GI. I don't really do well with like super greasy, fatty meat. So yeah, it's just sad, but I miss hot dogs so much, guys, like you have no idea. Okay, number 6 on the list is avocados. So one of the reasons I miss them so much and that made it to the list, it's not like my favorite food ever, but I love avocados because of their texture, and I love how many things you can make with them. Unfortunately, part of my delayed food allergies include avocados. They're like one of the main things that make my GI really upset. So I haven't been able to have avocados for about like 4 or 5 years now. It's kind of when we discovered and we did like blood tests to find out which foods I'm most reactive to, and avocado popped really, really heavily for that. So yes, my life has been better since eliminating these foods from my diet, but god damn, I miss some guacamole. Like, I really miss it. I used to eat it all the time and put it on everything. So yeah, I really miss, oh my god, now I'm thinking of putting guacamole on a hot dog. Okay, that sounds amazing. Guys, I'm so hungry. All right, next one. All right, we can do this, we can do this. Number 5 is eggs. I miss eating eggs so much. Eggs used to bring me like that little punch of protein that I needed in the morning. I would always make them sunny side up and then dip bread in them. That's like how I appreciate and enjoy eggs the most. However, I used to love taking hard-boiled eggs to school. I used to like taking soft-boiled eggs to school when I learned how to soft-boil. Yes, I watched a lot of Chopped in high school and I loved it. So I haven't had eggs in a really long time. The main reason is that they are another one of those foods on my can't eat list because of food allergies. If I had to put like how reactive is Cecily to this food, I'd be like a 10 out of 10 for eggs. I'm very highly sensitive to eggs in the GI. I can touch them, I can use products with them on my skin. I'm not allergic to them with anaphylaxis, but I'm definitely allergic to them in the bowel. So there's something about eggs that just really messes with my system. Number 4 is dumplings. Guys, I love dumplings. I used to make pierogies all the time when I was in high school. I didn't eat them because by that point we'd figured out that a lot of like glutinous or starchy bread type substances would really mess with my GI, slow down my transit, and could put me at risk for things like ileus or blockages. So I've completely eliminated any kind of glutinous fiber from my diet. I also miss dumplings like Chinese dumplings or Japanese dumplings that are filled with meat especially. I love meat, so I really miss having like just little pillowy pockets of meat. I really miss dumplings. I can't even tell you guys, I'm so embarrassed. I watch a lot of like ASMR mukbangs on YouTube. It's part of the thing that got me into YouTube. I was recovering from surgeries a lot, and I would just binge watch people who eat on camera for a living, and I loved it. And I still do it. I was doing it last night when I was craving all of these bad foods that I'm not allowed to eat anymore. The third thing that I really miss is fried chicken. So I love fried chicken. I love it so much. I love fried drumsticks. Always found it to be like one of the most satisfying foods to eat. Unfortunately, as I've already addressed, I really do not do well with fatty meat, nor do I do well with any kind of like starchy coating. There's something better about fried chicken. I suppose it just locks in the moisture, it's tastier, it's fattier, it's more toothsome, and it has a better mouthfeel. I don't know, but I just absolutely adored fried chicken. So I really miss that. I remember as a kid, we used to go to this church, and down the road they had this little like greasy spoon that had absolutely incredible fried chicken. Like some of the best fried chicken I've ever had. And please don't kill me, but remember how earlier when I was talking about hot dogs, I mentioned how much I love ketchup? Well, I love ketchup, and I used to put ketchup on my fried chicken. I think I was punished for like blasphemously using ketchup on everything, and now I can't use it on anything. I don't know, it's like supremely funny to me that I miss all these foods, partially because I used to just drench them in ketchup. Maybe what I really miss is ketchup, I don't know, but I used to love it, and I used to put it on my fried chicken. Everyone thought I was so strange. They're like, why not honey mustard? I'm like, you can take your goddamn honey mustard and walk out that door, because I hate honey mustard. So yeah, I absolutely adore ketchup, and it's kind of like a problem. Yeah. So second to last, the penultimate food that I miss. You ready for it? It's very specific. Pizza from Pizza Hut. Specifically, the pan pizza, the personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut. That brings back so many memories to me. So my father, as a kid, would take my sister and I to Pizza Hut whenever we had a birthday, because Pizza Hut did this promotion for a long time where they used to give every kid who had a birthday a personal pan pizza. I don't know if that's still a thing, but if it's not, I pity the new generation, because I loved my birthdays at Pizza Hut. So I would get this incredible pan pizza. It always had pepperoni on it, and yes, occasionally I would actually dip that in ketchup too. My God, I loved ketchup. My Jesus. Anyway, so yes, I used to love getting my personal pan pizzas. That was one of my favorite things to do as a kid around my birthday. My birthday is April 23rd, so I always got it in the spring as well. And I don't know, there's just something about this season that's making me crave pizza. My birthday season makes me crave pizza in a weird way. I guess it's just as a kid, I established a connection between like gifts and birthday and pizza all coming together. So absolutely, yes, I miss that. The last thing that I miss, the number one food that I wake up craving in the night. This is such a weird thing, but I love turkey legs. I love turkey legs. Like a turkey drumstick is what I'm craving the most at the moment. I sat and I deliberated over this specific list, and I was like, what are the top 10 foods that I miss? And the thing that inspired me to make this list was actually my love of turkey drumsticks. Last night, I was like, oh my God, I need a turkey drumstick, and if I don't get one, I'll be very sad. And I was very sad because I didn't get one, because I can't have it. Turkey is not a terrible meat. I can probably have a little bit of it in moderation, but turkey drumsticks, I mean, the ones I'm talking about are huge. They're like the ones I used to get at medieval times that I miss, or the carnival. So I used to get them, and they were really fatty and juicy and delicious, and I just can't tolerate that level of like protein and fat in my diet anymore. I haven't been able to since I was probably about 16. So it's been a long time. I really miss turkey. I miss turkey legs. I miss them with the skin on them, and I miss just biting into that and then going on a Ferris wheel with my parents. Like that's what I used to do as a kid at the carnivals and the fairs, and it's probably the number one thing I miss. Let me know in the comments what you guys also miss, if you align with any of my missed foods. I think that missing certain foods that you used to enjoy as a kid is really natural for anyone who had a bowel disease later in life. Or maybe you got a bowel disease as a kid and you were deprived of these foods and you wonder what they taste like, or you wonder if you could ever have them one day. I totally resonate with that. There are some things that I just couldn't eat as a kid really at all, so I didn't eat them. And I think it's a really natural thing to like miss what you used to have, or maybe wonder about what you couldn't have. So let me know down below what your experiences are, what your top 10 list is. I would love to know. And I will catch you guys in the next one. In the meantime, please wash your hands, cover your face if you're sick, stay home. The coronavirus is not worth it. It's not worth the risk. So please be careful, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Like this, complete. Food in the cut, hey, you want us, spread run when I tell it.